Hello everyone. So I'm out in the yard finishing up this year's planting, and if you've been following my videos, I have a little over 2,000 plants that I grew from seed, just annual flowers. And one of them is the Mediterranean Vinca, which is a trailing Vinca, and I put them in the flower boxes that were on a previous video. Anyway, this is, I guess, my version of a flower tower. Instead of putting it in a pot, I'm putting it directly in a garden bed. Now, I've done these before, these flower towers in pots, and they never really seem to work out so well. And the issue was always water. They dry out quickly, and it's hard to keep the dirt that's above the pot moist or wet for the flowers. So what I came up with, since I have an irrigation system in here, I'm going to build the flower tower in the garden, and as you can see, I have the cage put in, and this will be the inner cage, and I wrapped it with the irrigation tubing, which is just half-inch tubing that you use for irrigating a flower garden or a vegetable garden. So I figure every 6-8 inches I'll put a dripper, and this will come on when the timer brings this particular zone on, which also waters the flower boxes I have. And I think that'll solve the problem with not being able to keep a flower tower watered. I think this will look pretty cool once the flowers are planted and blooming. It'll almost look like a big flowering bush. So right now I got the as you can see, the tubing wrapped around, and my next step is to put the drippers in. Now, because I'm out here by myself, it's going to be difficult for me to show you exactly how I do it. But if you see that blue tool there, all that does is puncture a hole in the tube, and then the dripper just snaps in. So let me get started, and then I'll come back and show you the spacing and what the drippers look like when they're tied into the tubing. Alright, so there we go. Have all the drip irrigators on there, on that irrigation tube, and I'll put a cage around this, and that's what will water this flower tower. On the top, that's an adjustable dripper, so I can adjust that fan at the top to cover the whole top with water. So let me get started and build the outer cage, and I'll be right back. Alright, so there's the outer cage for this flower tower, and I dug it down into the garden a little bit just to steady it, and I'll probably attach some little bamboo stakes and zip tie them so this thing doesn't fall over if somebody bumps into it. But from the top, I left it about 2 inches, 3 inches higher than the inner one, because I want this whole thing to be filled with dirt, and all that inner one is for the irrigation. So let me backfill this and go to my compost bin, get some nice compost to fill this with. Now if you're going to make one of these, this is just weed block that I use, a landscaping fabric. Here it is right here. It's just weed block, and don't drive yourself crazy with trying to attach this to the inside. It goes all over the place, especially if it's on a windy day. You really just need to secure the top and just let it drape down on the inside, and as you fill it with dirt, it'll tighten up where it'll press the fabric against the cage, so you can put little slices in it to get your plants in there. So let me get some dirt, get this thing all set up, get ready to plant. So here we are, it's all filled with dirt. I'm ready to plant the flowers. And looking at it, you would never know that there was irrigation in the center of it. But I really think that that's the trick to these things. I've never had any success, like I said, with doing these flower towers in a pot. It's just tough to keep them watered. So you see on the top is the adjustable dripper, and that'll cover the top for water. Now to put these in, all I do is scatter them around every 6 inches or so. I'll put an X in the fabric and put my fingers in there, make a little opening, and put the flower inside. Make sure it's nice and tight in there. So let me do that, and then I'll come back and show you what the finished product looks like. So here we go. It's my version of the flower tower, right in the flower garden. No pot needed. These are all Mediterranean vincas. They're all different colors. I don't know exactly what colors each plant is, so it should be a pretty show of color when this all grows in. And what I did is I planted them all around it. See, I have them behind and in front, and I guess the effect I'm looking for is kind of like a waterfall, or the flowers just bubbling up out of the ground. See how it goes. A couple more weeks after these root and start growing, you should have a really nice display of flowers. So hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun making it, had fun doing this project. Can't wait for a few weeks from now to see just how colorful this thing looks. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have some more cool things coming up that I'm working on. And thanks for watching.